What was it you say about the view?
The hardest climbs are the best views.
I think you're right.
It's hard to pinpoint what it was exactly or when it happened, but somewhere along the way, something has changed the way I see Peru, altered my conscience. Go ahead and cue the iconic guitar riff and ethereal sound of that famous Pixies song, because walking the streets of Cusco makes me ask myself, where's my mind? Is it the altitude? What is it about this place that gets under my skin? Could it be the coca leaves I'm chewing that has my head spinning? Well, I'm pretty sure that's just making my face numb. The landscape, the food, the people, the colors, the smells and sounds. There's something about Lima, something about Cusco, something about Peru that has captured my imagination and stolen a piece of my heart. Coming here has made me rethink the way I see food completely. But I'm getting ahead of myself. This all started when I arrived in Lima 8 days ago. As a chef, I need to stay curious in order to evolve. For me, that means looking beyond a good meal to learn more about who made it and what inspires them to cook. Every great city has great food. I'm going on a journey around the world. I'm on a quest to find passionate chefs who cooks from the heart, to prove that food is love.
Gotta be delicious. Food is love. Love your food.
Lately, there has been a lot of buzz about the food coming out of Peru. In fact, several of the top restaurants in the world are there. But what's behind it all and what's on the menu? To try to crack the code, I'm meeting up with my friend Rosario here in my hometown. Rosario is a Peruvian native and transplant to Alton, Illinois.
I hear that some of the best restaurants in the world is now in Lima. 10 years ago, you never heard anything about Lima or Peru.
There is a new trend for food. Doesn't need to be just like what we were used to. That was mostly what was cooked at home by your mom, by your grandma. The last 2 decades, several chefs, younger chefs, have opened nice restaurants. My best favorite one is Cosme by James Berkemeyer. He also has another one that is called Alado. The food is magnificent. He has one of the best desserts that is called crema volteada. It's the best in Lima.
James Beckemeyer is a star in the South American food scene. His restaurant Cosme was recently named one of Latin America's 50 best restaurants. With Rosario's encouragement, I'm ready to immerse myself in Peruvian food, starting at Cosme.
So I'm here in Lima after Rosario spiked my interest in coming here. I had one too many pisco sours last night, paying a little bit for that this morning, but I'm ready now to meet James over at Cosme. And why is it called Cosme?
Cosme because of Cerro San Cosme. San Cosme is one of the first neighborhoods. Cosme is our neighborhood restaurant.
Okay.
Cosme is a comfort food restaurant with technique. Yeah, Cosme is like this dish, you can maybe find it at home. So it's done in a different way where maybe you can remember your grandma, but in a different way done.
Like 10 years ago, nobody was thinking that there was any food in Lima that would be worthwhile coming to, and now, today, you know, some of the best restaurants in the world is here. What changed here?
Gaston.
Yeah?
Gaston Curio for sure changed it, yeah. You have to be a real, not thankful to say it, really. Our work, of course, because what I have done, and because of my work and everything, and because of Gaston. Gaston had the horizon to see and to know and to project, make a revolution in Latin America, in South America, really. I think that we work as a team. Now everybody has their own horizon and everything, but always trying to help each other, things, you know, in our ways and in that stuff. I think that San Pellegrino, the 50 best restaurants, helps a lot. Yeah. But I think that the best recognition is like you can pay at the end of the month all checks, you know.
Yeah.
That's the best.
If you can break even, or maybe make a little money.
For sure.
So do you still cook in the kitchen?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm just in time for the lunch crowd, and that's when things starts getting busy around here. In the small but mighty kitchen, a well-oiled crew works to crank out a hefty amount of covers. And by the smell of things, I'm in for one hell of a meal. Before I know what's happening, James is bombing the table with dish after dish. First plate's up a fish.
The culinary gods are blessing me today.
Unbelievable. No, I mean like really good. Peruvian ingredients and flavors elevated to an amazing new level. And this, the legendary dessert Rosario insisted I try. Wow, silky and literally perfect in its form. What an incredible first meal in Peru. If this is any indication on what to come in the next 10 days, this is going to be a really good trip. As the dinner crowd starts to fill the place up, I say my goodbyes and get on my way. The food here certainly lived up to all the buzz. A clear sunset in Lima is a rare and celebrated event. I guess I'm here at the right time. So to get one of the best views of the city and the sunset from the water, I'm headed to La Rosa Nautica, a seafood restaurant that's located out on a pier and helmed by Chef Pedro Miguel Schiaffino. Is this the best spot in Lima with this view?
There are good spots in Lima, but this is one of the nicest ones. It's a unique spot on top of the water. Actually, you dine watching surfers.
Yeah.
There are some cities that you have great food and people that are making a good job, and you have good product, but you are missing something, about the culture and history. Here we have a great culture and history.
So you got a couple of surfboards with you so we can go surfing?
Yeah, you want? Yeah, I have a couple of longboards. You can longboard here.
I'll probably drown.
Nah, come on. There's people that rent and they have classes.
Yeah, I don't know how you do it.
No, it's super easy.
No, it's not. I tried it one time. It's not easy.
But this is a very nice spot to learn.
It's just like cooking. It's super easy too when you know what you're doing.
But everything, it takes time. You need to practice, that's all.
Yeah.
But it's a nice spot to surf though. I love this restaurant because, it's family run.
Yeah.
A lot of people, most Peruvians love this restaurant, no? And
because of the history?
Yeah, and when they come from other cities, they come here, no? They always come here. And I'm happy, I'm super happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
We better go and leave you alone. Thank you so much.
Okay, Lasse.
It was nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you, bro.
Thank you.
Take care.
Yeah.
I've already covered a lot of ground since I've been here, but I'm still thinking about that ceviche at Cosme. Ceviche is everywhere in Peru, and every region has their own version of it, but almost all of them starts with fresh fish. To get the freshest fish in Lima, you have to get up real early. It's 2:30 in the morning. I'm on my way to check out the largest fresh fish market in the city. The boats have just come in and the morning catch is being prepped for sale. We're at the fish market in Lima, Peru. I was kind of interested in to see the fish we got today at Cosme, where that came from. So Saturday is a big day down here where all the fresh fish comes in. I'm meeting up with Alberto, owner of Cal Peru. A service that shows up in places like this to source the freshest fish for restaurants like Cosme.
I have working here like 16 years.
16 years.
When I arrived here, we don't have a ceiling.
No roof.
No roof.
Oh,
no
wow.
roof, no lights.
Yeah.
All dark with flashlights.
So is this every day?
Yes, every day.
Is there any chefs that comes in here and picks themselves? Or?
Yes. A lot. Good breakfast. Sweet.
Wow, that's good.
It seems chaotic and certainly doesn't look like any fish market I've ever been to, but there's a rhythm to the madness that keeps it all running smoothly here. After 16 years of picking fish for fine dining restaurants, Alberto knows what he's looking for.
Sometimes you find it like alive.
As a chef, all of this seafood is making my head spin with ideas. And when it's this fresh, it's more than worth the early morning. But for now, vamos a la cama. To get a better feel for the old part of the city, I'm headed to the main plaza. There's a lot of Spanish architecture here, so it feels really European. We're in the town square. There's a big celebration today. This is the part of the episode where I'm supposed to lay down some cultural facts about the meaning behind the dances and dress and the parade itself. But there's so much more going on here, I wouldn't know where to start. It's all I can do not to get lost in the middle of it, much less trampled by a giant parade shrine. But it's captivating. You want to see traditional dress? No problem. Music, dance, check, check. And then there is this, Inca bread.
I'm eating Inca bread. It's made of corn. It's very interesting, has some flavors that I'm unfamiliar with.
Something like cornbread. This one was a little dry, to be honest, but new lesson unlocked for my future self. Eating cornbread in the middle of a street festival with nothing to drink nearby is not a well thought out plan. But then again, it did lead me to this. Thirsty? Feeling a little worn down from the walking? No worries, try some coca tea.
I just ordered a coca tea. It's made with the coca leaves. When you go to Machu Picchu and you're worried about the elevation, so they say to drink a little tea made from the coca leaves. And you can take this with you inside of the Peru, but they can't leave Peru. Of course, obviously, there's stuff in here that people would frown upon.
A few moments later, and I've got my energy back.
Very interesting flavor, and I feel good. A couple of more of these, I could probably run 2 restaurants at the same time.
For me personally, a little time in the plaza goes a long way. It's nearing lunchtime, and when you're in Lima for lunch, why not eat next to some Incan ruins? With a menu of modern Peruvian favorites like trout or la trucha and potatoes, the restaurant at the Huacapuclana ruins doesn't disappoint. But enough about food. I'm ready to climb the adobe pyramid.
It's unbaked adobe bricks, and it doesn't rain here, and maybe that's why it's lasted so long. I'm trying to find answers. You know, it seems like further I go into Peruvian history, the more questions I have. Just think about how old is this, you know, that you can put your hand on history. That's amazing. I know I'm supposed to focus on the food, but it's very hard to focus on the food when you're here at this incredible site. So it's taken 40 years to uncover all we're seeing, and they're not done yet. So look at this hillside right here. It still needs to be dug out, and there's probably going to be a bunch of discoveries there.
There are more than 400 sites like this one located all over Lima. A stark reminder of the deep history here and a past civilization that were here long before we were.
You have the filter on where I get a 6-pack, right? We are exploring Barranca, which is another neighborhood in Lima, Peru. You know, I know they have good chicken in Peru, but this is interesting right here. Doesn't matter what country you are in the world, there's always a little American culture in there. Look at this.
Seeing the Colonel's face here makes me want something local to eat. Oh look, it's a food cart.
She's making picarones. I'm about to try that, and then we're gonna have cow's heart. That's gonna be delicious. Picarones, it's like a Peruvian funnel cake.
This is made of pumpkin,
It's delicious.
potato,
I'm about to eat some cow heart now. I probably should have had the cow heart first and then this afterwards, but we'll see.
The beef heart is splendid, just the way I like it. Hot, tender, and on a stick. Perfect for a late evening stroll through the streets. About a 10-minute bus ride from here is something you wouldn't expect to find in Lima. An American cheeseburger made by an American transplant. Cafe et Bistro is the work of American expat Ashton Mulligan. But the story of how it came to be is as good as the burgers they made.
If I find an American chef in Lima, Peru, how did that happen?
My father is Peruvian, and in 2009 I was working in San Francisco, and the financial crisis happened, and the restaurant I was working at closed, and I had never met my father, so I took advantage of that.
When you said
change.
you never met your father, what do you mean by that?
No, I never knew my father.
Okay.
And I found him in 2005, but I was changing careers.
Okay.
And so like I never had a chance to come and visit him, and then until 2009.
So I mean, he knew you were out there too?
No, he didn't know.
Okay.
He didn't know, but well, I sent the email and I told him all the details, and I sent him a photo, and we look a lot alike. I came here for 3 months was the idea, and I stayed. I've never went back.
No.
No, I'm still here 15 years later. So since I got here, it was like every little place I saw, I started like imagining a restaurant, like every little place I saw. And at that time was the culinary boom was starting here. Like a lot of chefs were getting known from here, like Gaston, and it's a lot easier I think to open a restaurant here. The costs are a lot lower here. It's a lot easier in that sense, but it's not as formal. So you got to learn how to work with the system. We first started out as a bistro, like a California cuisine, and the burger just took over. And that's what we're really known for is our burgers, because we make all our own stuff. People like burgers, but the quality of burgers at that time weren't very good. Since we've opened, like now, it's actually, there's a lot of burger places now. We have 3 locations, and yeah, right now I'm just want to focus on these and get them strong.
This is like what you see in America, so you're kind of showing people down here how you would do it in the United States, so that makes you stand out, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean. I didn't ever want to cook Peruvian food because I thought who would want to try an American Peruvian food in Peru.
Yeah.
Maybe if I ever go back to the United States, I would probably do something more Peruvian.
Yeah.
But here, I just focused on that. Partly because when I got here too, I missed some of that stuff.
Yeah.
This is our burger. It's the Cafe A burger, pure short rib.
Okay.
Coarse ground, so you can kind of feel the meat. And the bread is it's like a brioche style bread, and then the potatoes are native potatoes here, Papawa Mantanga.
How about all the potatoes they have here?
Yeah, it's a lot, like
it's
5,000 types.
Yeah. So is this what you prefer for French fries, or?
Yeah, this is the one closest to to what I would use in the United States.
Your heart is here now?
Yeah, no, I'm really happy here. We've done really well, and yeah, I don't think I'll be back anytime soon, but
no.
But eventually, I wanna be able to do something in the United States. But I think it would be more Peruvian influence if I did.
Yeah. Well, it's delicious. So you are the burger king of Lima. Food is loved all over the world, right? Yeah. Especially in Lima.
Lima is captivating. I don't feel like I've even scraped the surface here. But as they say, the show must go on. An hour or so by plane into the interior of the country, and you'll find yourself in Cusco, whose streets are still lined with walls of a distant Incan past. Losing your breath here is normal, and it's not just from the scenery. At almost 12,000 feet above sea level, a stroll through the streets requires stamina. As much as I'm enjoying Cusco, we are pushing on toward the Sacred Valley, the gateway to the Amazon and the home of many of the great Incan archaeological sites.
Through the Sacred Valley, we're going to see one of the oldest ruins of the area from the Incan period. And of course, we're going to see Machu Picchu, one of the wonders of the world. It should be a good couple of days ahead of us.
Are we going to eat anything along the way?
No, we're going to starve to death.
Look at this one. Look at this one.
Potatoes are an important part of the Peruvian diet, no matter which part of the country you're in. But here in the Sacred Valley, farming them is the way of life for many people.
They are not employees, no? They are farmers. It's quite bitter, the flavors. It's different, the flavors. But again, this one, what provides you is carbohydrates. So in order to eat, we have to soak in the water, rehydrate, and eat as a regular potato next day.
This is every chef's dream, to get somebody who can peel potatoes this fast.
The shift in atmosphere from the city to here is unexplainable. We're in Pisac to check out a local market.
I wonder how these little creatures taste this young. They're probably nice and tender.
That's terrible. No, someone take this alpaca from him.
And I think I found my Peruvian look.
So, you know, I really want to blend in, right, with everybody here. So I got the camouflage now. So now we ought to be able to find that cuy we've been looking for.
The Pisac market did you well.
I don't look like a fat Danish chef anymore, do I? No, it is really beautiful here.
It's a special place.
Yeah.
Look at the colors right now with the sun setting. You get a nice, like golden hue over everything. It's very, very beautiful. Just the people in the street are so nice and kind and welcoming. It's a pretty. I mean,
it's a
place.
far cry from Lima, where everything was chaotic.
Yeah.
And now this is like very laid back, right?
And even Cusco, right? Come to this place and it's just quiet and calm. We have a couple days of just getting into the space of where the Incas built their empire.
As you remember earlier, I had a little 1-week-old baby alpaca in my hands, and now I'm sitting at a restaurant in the Sacred Valley, and I'm about to try alpaca. This will upset some people, but here in Peru, eating llama and alpaca is no different than eating beef in the U.S.
A nice sizzling pile of baby alpaca.
And I have to admit, it's pretty tasty. Alpaca and llama aren't the only fur treats on the menu in Peru. Guinea pig or cuy are a staple of the diet in this part of the country. The rugged terrain means that raising cattle here isn't viable. But these little guys can be farmed for low cost and in a small amount of space. After noticing that cuy is served here at this resort in the Sacred Valley, the hotel staff has agreed to show me where they raise cuy for the guest menu, alongside a whole garden of other things. Because farm to table isn't a movement in Western Peru, it's the only option.
This whole garden and this whole area supports the restaurant. And it's out of necessity. There is no food truck coming here with produce all the time, you know, where you can get whatever you want. You have to grow what you want to put on the plate, including the meat. They're way ahead of us.
Regular people, do they have places like this and then they eat them?
Yes, exactly.
So they raise them like this?
Yes.
Okay.
10 females and only one
Male.
male.
Okay, so the male is very happy.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's very happy with
Very popular with the girls, yeah.
Yes.
If you think about it, it's really no different than raising cattle or pigs, just on a much smaller scale. One culture's pet is another culture's protein.
For cancer. Cancer.
It's good for cancer?
Yes.
Okay.
Good for cancer. In soup.
But I mean, you don't look at it like a pet. You look at it like we look at pigs.
Yes.
Right? It's an animal that you raise to eat.
Yes.
Yeah, it's part of the culture.
And here in Peru, is grow up and eat. It's not
Yeah.
a pet.
That goes inside the stomach of the cuy when you cook it?
Exactly.
Okay.
These two
These two.
inside the stomach,
Stomach.
is for the
Yeah.
cuy.
I'm looking forward to having it myself, but for now I'm off to answer the call to adventure. Besides being Cusco's main source of fresh vegetables, the Sacred Valley draws countless tourists each year to see the megalithic ruins of its past. Ollantaytambo is both a town and an archaeological site that features some really unbelievable Incan and pre-Incan stonework.
We are at Ollantaytambo, which originated as the royal palace of the Incas. It later became a stronghold when the Spanish invasion happened, and essentially where the administration for the Incan Empire fighting the Spanish when they came in. So it's a really important space, and it has been. It was built in the 15th century, 1450s is what we're looking at here.
Before we get started sightseeing, Shannon and I walk the streets of town to visit the family home of some locals. In this house, like many others, cuy are raised in the living space as food.
It is the kitchen, no? The kitchen, no? That we use to cook. We are using eucalyptus woods and guinea pig beans.
Even their waste is used as fuel for the kitchen, where they will ultimately be cooked themselves. Somehow poetic, I guess. In the corner of the room above the bed, I can't help but notice something. Is that a pair of human skulls?
This is your family up here?
Ellos son mis ancestros, mi tatarabuelos, son dueños de esta casa. Entonces lo ponemos ahí para protección. Por eso le ponemos velas, flores los días martes y viernes, porque estamos más conectados con sus espíritus.
Their ancestors, no, of they used to put candles every Thursday and Friday in order to connect, because they are more connected with the ancestors of them. They are like the grandfathers of her.
Lo ponemos ahí para protección.
Those are there in order for protection, no?
Yeah.
Protection to protect the house against bad spirits.
Towering over the valley are the megalithic ruins that help make Ollantaytambo an important Incan stronghold. But to see him, we have to climb ahead of us. Without a coca-tea to help get us through, Shannon conveniently has an alternative.
So, Shannon, are you leading me down the right path here now? They're telling me to climb this temple, I have to eat coca leaves.
That is correct. We are going down a delinquent path this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Put it in like you're chewing tobacco, and hopefully it'll give you a little boost to get to the top.
Okay, I'll try it.
Hopefully I'm not coming home from this trip with any newly developed dependencies. But when in Rome, as they say,
Best views are always the hardest ones. I have a coaster in my office.
it's easy to look at this place and imagine how grand it must have been at its peak. But imagining how it was constructed isn't so easy. The impossible tight joints and irregular angles defy logic. You can hardly slip a piece of paper between the multi-ton stone. Also impressive, the design is literally earthquake resistant. The irregular angles allows for shifting, but are designed to shift back into their intended position. The wall of 6 monoliths stands as a reminder that civilization before us were capable of accomplishing feats that we find hard to replicate today. Ollantaytambo served as defensive position for the Incans before they were ultimately subdued, and the last Incan king was captured and killed by the Spanish. Much later, Peruvians were liberated from Spanish rule thanks to Venezuelan statesman and military officer Simon Bolivar.
That's pretty impressive. You know, that's the restaurant guy in me, right? I gotta look at the napkin fold, the condor fold. I need to learn how to do that.
Símbolo del cóndor.
Cóndores?
Sí.
Oh, yes, condor.
Es cóndor.
You're right. You're right.
Isn't that nice when you're traveling with an expert?
After requiring the cast and crew to climb a small mountain for our last shot, a nice formal lunch at a restaurant located in the family home of Simon Bolivar seems like a good way to spend the middle part of the day.
I just want to try the soup, you know. That's how we check out.
That's a good vibe.
If the chef knows what he's doing, if his soup is good, he's good.
So the Spanish, when they came here, no, they consider themselves as superior cultures, no, and destroyed that everything is pagan for the Catholicism religion, no. So that's why they destroyed Inca holy places, they destroyed temples, palaces, and not just that, they built churches on the top of the Inca holy places, on the Inca palaces, no? So every effigy, no, every god statue made by the Incas, it was destroyed, and the knowledge as well. They didn't pay attention what we developed in this part of the world. I show you the earthquake-proof buildings, no? How they knew about that one, no? How the building has to resist earthquake, no? Writing systems, no? And I will show you Inca calculators, okay, in Cusco. How it is, the textiles, no, weaving this knowledge, no, how they are making textiles. That was another writing system that the Incas developed. No. Don Jose de San Martin, he started, no, with the freedom to liberate Peruvians against Spaniards, no. But Simon Bolivar, he concluded, he finished.
When did the Spanish leave?
They started to leave 1821. 1821, which is the independence of Peru. So we have more than 200 years of independence. But 1826, no, finally, the last Spaniards, no, where they went back.
Kicked out or went back?
Something like that.
It's fascinating.
Peru was officially declared independent from Spain in 1821, but Spanish influence on the culture remains. but there's one place that was never discovered by the Spanish. In the Sacred Valley, there is no greater adventure than the journey to Machu Picchu, which is of course the main reason people come all of the way out here.
Instead of taking the Inca Trail, I'm taking the Inca Rail.
A couple of hours into the mountains and we arrive in the valley town of Machu Picchu Pueblo, which serves as a staging area for travelers. Travelers who are trekking to the top of the mountain or following the Inca Trail. The trail itself is a dedicated 6-day hike through the mountains, so if you're not doing that, you're probably stopping here. Many of the people here still speak Quechua, the language of the Incan. I walk through the village and you can see there is no shortage of dogs around here. This one is the sacred Incan orchid breed, which is said to help guide your spirit into the afterlife. Don't go getting any ideas, buddy. I'm not ready to go with you yet. The steep streets of this little village smell of cooking food, and it looks like you can find all the favorites here, including cuy. And I would personally like to give this restaurant marketing strategy my stamp of approval. You can also get chifa here, the Chinese Peruvian fusion food. Oh, look at this, I even found a croissant. Surrounded by towering cloud forests, it's hard not to feel small here. But for the most part, life in the shadow of Machu Picchu seems normal and quite peaceful. The valley is so beautiful, and I'm more than ready to finally see the mountaintop. There is a feeling in the air that this is what it's all been leading up to, ever since my trip started back in Lima. When I talked to Shannon about coming to Peru, experiencing Machu Picchu, one of the wonders of the world, was obviously important to me.
There is a point in every great journey when you reach the precipice, and all the doubt and trouble you went through to get there melts away. That's when you know it was all worth it. This is probably one of the highlights of my life.
Made it. We made it. What do you think?
Yeah, it was, what was it you say about the view?
The hardest climbs are the best views.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I know for sure you're right.
Yeah.
What can I say about Machu Picchu that hasn't been said already? The unfathomable precision of the stonework, the massive amount of time and labor this must have taken. Not to sound too much like a hippie, but being here has an effect on you. It's not the same as transcendental meditation, but I do feel a sense of connection. Shannon suggests we take off our shoes to ground ourselves in what she calls an energy vortex.
Supposedly an energy vortex here. It's really just about connecting with nature, right? So like having your feet barefoot in grass.
And this is one of the 7 wonders of the world, right?
So you feel grounded?
I do feel grounded.
I mean, if nothing else, we're relaxed.
I hope this has a positive effect, especially for a fat chef. Whatever it does, it can't hurt, right? As our guide explains, American explorer Hiram Bingham III rediscovered Machu Picchu in 1911.
When the Professor Bingham first came here, all this complex was completely covered by dense vegetation. Dr. Bingham went to explore and was taking the first picture of this city. He was reporting mummies, textile, potteries, some metal tools, and he said, I didn't find any gold or silver. But we know that all the Inca cities like this one have a lot of treasure. I think it is in his private familiar museum.
And though he claimed to have never found any treasure here, it's noted that Hiram was mysteriously more wealthy after his time in Peru. Regardless of if he found treasure or not, it was Hiram's work that brought the world's attention to Machu Picchu. At this point in the hike, I'm depending on the coca leaves to keep me from feeling altitude sickness. It's no longer a novelty when you need to keep yourself going. That is precisely why the people of the Amazon region as a whole take the coca plant very seriously.
The famous coca plant, it is a bush. That plant is growing only in the cloud forest or around to the Amazon jungle. This plant has 14 alkaloids. I mean 14 natural drugs, mostly of them with medicinal function that the pre-Inca and the Inca civilization were using with medicinal purposes. The pre-Inca civilization were using this one 4,000 years ago. But right now, this plant is banned around the world because they say they are only using that cocaine. But what's happening around here? For example, look at these places. We have some Andean communities. We have some Andean people that still are using this plant with medicinal purposes. Why? Because we don't have any doctor around here. We don't have any hospital. How they are getting well? Using this plant. And now there are some people coming from Lima, and they try to destroy the illegal coca leaf farmland. But tell me, 61% of the Peruvian land is the Amazon jungle. How many people we gonna need to destroy the illegal coca plantation around to this place? And as well, in Cusco and another places, we are using this one with medicinal purposes. And as well, we are using this plant with religious purposes. Well, it's gonna be impossible.
To understand the complexity is to empathize. When you realize it's the only medicine in some places here, you understand why it doesn't carry the same stigma as it does in the rest of the world. The scale of this place doesn't translate through pictures or film. I'm absolutely spent from the day, but I feel honored to have been here to experience this. Back in the village, the sounds of the train named Hiram Bingham echo through the valley. The streets are lit up and open for business. In the morning, I will leave the valley and head back to Cusco. It's been a day to remember, and I get it now. I understand why people want to come here. Taking the train back from Machu Picchu, I feel an overwhelming sense of peace. Maybe Shannon was right about grounding. Maybe it's Pachamama. Being here has certainly given me a new perspective on a lot of things, and somehow I feel more alive than I did when I first came. For others, this is where the show would end. Seeing the splendor of Machu Picchu, generally speaking, is the climax of most trips to this part of Peru. But this isn't like most trips to Peru. I'm lucky enough to have come here with a travel expert, and she happens to know what kind of things that gets me excited. With Machu Picchu behind us, we're headed back to Cusco to spend a little more time getting to know the ancient city. And there is hardly a better way to get a feel for any city than a stroll through a local market. You can find pretty much anything here, including food. In fact, one whole side of this market is nothing but food stalls.
This whole row here, all it is juices. I was asking, I couldn't get over how the pineapple looks, and she says it's not pineapple, it's ananas. And that's what pineapple is called in Danish too. Interesting, and French.
Imagine a smoothie bar, but with a twist. The kind of twist that can get even me to drink a smoothie. Spoiler alert, it comes with beer in it.
You could definitely taste the beer slightly.
I wonder who came up with this concoction.
I don't know, maybe someone that had a hangover that where they were like, I don't know, put some beer in my smoothie.
Yeah. Well, needless to say, I never had anything like this. Beer, milk, fruit, and vegetables.
Right.
Bee pollen.
How do you say thank you in Quechua?
Anai.
Anai.
With a little boost from the smoothie, it's time to do some shopping.
I'm looking for a chef jacket, but I don't know. I'm going to have to ask him if they have one for a guy in the 3rd trimester.
A little ways down, a cheese vendor gives us samples of local cheese. The cheese here has its own unique profile. Something simple you might not realize unless you tried it yourself.
Right, the cheeses for sandwich, the cheeses for salad, the cheeses for make the pizza, the cheeses for the soup. Different one, not the same one, right?
If you are a fan of American beef jerky, then I may have found just the thing for you.
This one is the dry, salty llama and alpaca meat. In the Andes, we kill the llama, we eat just this one, and what happened with all the body, we put in the salty water, and then we put on the sun. And then finally this one, and make right? Really salty one. And then with this one, we preserve for the next 20, 25 years in perfect condition. It's like you have in your country the jerky or Yorkie. But in your Yorkie, you eat directly. Here, you can eat directly.
Okay, now he tells me.
What do? We need cut in small pieces, drop in the pottery with water, with vegetables, with potatoes, and you don't need to drop the salt.
Before refrigeration was common, and in a lot of places here still today, this is how meat is kept.
Walking around here in these markets, and the produce catches your eyes, the coffee, the spices, everything, it's like such an influx of inspiration you get here.
Fresh meat is also available here at the market. And around here, nothing is left to waste. I mean nothing.
The following scenes may contain images of horror.
Here you will find cuts of meats and parts that aren't commonly used a lot of places. But behind every one, you can bet there is a recipe for making something good out of it.
We eating all those stuff, seriously.
We're so wasteful in America in a lot of places. We don't use all the parts of the animal, right? Are you sure that's a testicle?
Oh, it's a testicle. I want to know how many purple vein jokes you have.
I don't know, I'm speechless.
Do you want to eat it?
No. No.
All right. I found something that you will eat.
This is just one of several markets around Cusco. Out on the streets, more fresh produce and even some medical advice.
This one we use for make the tea. It's like a good diuretic or diuretic, this one.
This lady sells natural remedies, apparently good for whatever ails, offering homemade compounds with natural ingredients, like the Sprite bottle with dead snakes in it.
So this is the original snake oil. Good for the skin?
Who knows what that's used for, but definitely won't be used for me.
I hate snakes, yeah.
Maybe next time, but probably not. Today is Friday, so the markets are busy.
Mostly the local people. Tomorrow is the weekend. And mostly the weekend, all the families meet together. All the families. Babies, mama, papa, grandmama, grandpapa.
Meat and fish are in high demand.
This is an open-air market. I have 3 Labradors, and I know they would be like a bull in a china cabinet if they were to lie here like this.
Alongside different cuts of meat, there are plenty of fish here from both the Amazon and the coast. Hard-boiled quail eggs, anyone?
This coca leaves is from Quillabamba. Quillabamba is like the one big town we have in the jungle. And this one is from Osnipata, the other part of the jungle, the other place. But in this case, please, I know, it's the coca leaves. But the flavor is the different one. It's not the same flavor.
And rest assured, you can find plenty of coca leaves and llama fetuses, just in case you were looking for that sort of thing.
What is the general age that people retire here?
Over here, for example, in the cities will be like 70s and 80s in Cusco City, in the cities.
Okay.
But on the mountains, it's over 100 years. Still, I know the people.
But they never stop working, right?
Never, ever. And right now, I told you, we are rich people. Maybe you're thinking I have gold, silver. No. We have food. It's the more important for us.
Food is love.
That's right, right. We need to eat food.
Yeah.
No food, no life.
Life in Cusco is built on a past that is still very visible, even today. Everywhere you go, you can see Incan stonework in the streets and walls of the buildings that line them, still functioning today, each one unique and thought-provoking.
This is the most famous stone. It's the 12-ankle stone. It's on the wall of the Inca Palace. It has the 12 ankles on it. It's amazing that it's so tight. How did they do that? I mean, and there's a lot of different theories on how it's done, but nobody really knows for sure. It was a little bit of a hike getting here because I took a wrong turn, but you know, those wrong turns leads to good food and good culture.
There's a lot to explore in Cusco. I've only peeled back a small corner of this place, and despite traveling across the country, experiencing the culture and trying new foods along the way, somehow, in all of the ground I've covered, I still haven't tried any cuy. But it has finally come to the point of the journey to claim my reward.
So, with my luck, this restaurant is on a hill in Cusco, and I don't know, we're like 10,000 feet above sea level, so I had to climb another mountain to eat cuy. This restaurant is famous for the cuy, so just like Machu Picchu, you know, it's all about the journey, right?
I'm joined by Shannon and our guide Roger. Here, the cuy are prepared the traditional way, stuffed with hot stones and herbs and baked in a wood oven. While we wait, Roger shows us the proper way to toast a drink in Cusco.
First, a little bit for Mother Earth.
For Mother Earth.
Okay. And then a little bit for the
mountains.
Mountains, yeah.
For Machu Picchu. And then
Miski
Mihuna.
Miski Mihuna. We can sit and wait for the food as long as the cocktails are coming, right?
Keep coming. We'll sit here all night.
On the mountains, we don't have the ovens. And we make we use the wood from eucalyptus or from some bushes. It's like a really hot. And then we put the stick, and then you roast the guinea pig. And then when you roast the guinea pig, it's ready, and now eating. But our parents cut that one, plus with boiled potatoes.
At long last, the moment I've been waiting for. Just on presentation alone, I'll give this dish 2 thumbs up.
I've been waiting for this for, what, 7-8 days now?
There has been no attempt made at hiding what this is. You have to respect the honesty here. With impeccable timing, Shannon has conveniently disappeared from the table. But right now, I'm too excited to care.
It's good. Very flavorful.
Viewers at home can rest easy, knowing that this little guy didn't die in vain. He was delicious. Kind of like my own personal-sized little lechon.
Food is love. Love your food.
All jokes aside, I can now mark this off my list. If you're not here to experience the culture, why come at all? It's my last night in Cusco. It's not unusual to feel a little sad to leave a place.
You know, all good things must come to an end. This is one of these trips you really don't want to come to an end because it's been really special. The food's been special and the people are special. Can't say enough about going to Peru. It's been a trip of a lifetime.
I guess in my own way, I'm like a modern-day Hiram Bingham, an outsider exploring Peru in search of its kitchen treasures. Not to hide away and squander for myself, but to share with the world and appreciate. I came here with an idea of what I thought Peru was, but I'm leaving understanding how little I actually knew when I came, and seeing how much there is to learn. The culture, the food, the people, and the history.
They're gonna taste a lot better if you feed them well.
My takeaway is that maybe we should reset what we think we know about a place or people. Maybe instead of accepting what you see on TV, you should experience it yourself and draw your own conclusions. When you cover as much ground as we did here, it's good to have a solid travel plan. Shannon and the Limitless Planet team were excellent guides to the Peru I was hoping to see. And it's always more rewarding when you get to travel with friends. Back at home in Alton, a scenic cruise on the Mississippi River lends charming views of the city's riverfront. And it provides me with an opportunity to bring a little of Peru to my friends here at home.
This is a dish that was inspired by my trip to Peru. La trucha, smoked trout. We have some wonderful potatoes and mango ceviche, little red onions, cilantro. I call it smoked trout, Lima style. We need some pisco, simple syrup, lime juice, a lot of limes, egg white.
Food is love, food is love, food is love.
There's nothing more fitting than a pisco sour to pair with a trout dish that I call La Trucha de Lima, to remind me that food is love.
How do you become the top online seafood company in the United States? You earn it. We are the only company that catches, processes, and directly sells seafood right to our customers. We have a 4.9 Google rating with over 800 reviews and the highest customer satisfaction. To have the best seafood delivered right to your door, order from the original, WildAlaskaSalmonandSeafood.com. Look for my face on the logo to ensure you're getting the best. Now you know the guy that caught your dinner.